I'm an artist, a creative. I thrive on just not being serious with life and having fun with everything I do. Usually by the only reason I come is for my friends and family. And like, for me, I'm very big on creating memories. So it's the memories that I can't create here. I have a very strong kind of sense of community tied to the individuals I know in Kenya. So it has to be those two. Say it's a cocktail of emotions, mostly stressful. Art is hard. No matter where you go on this earth, we should feel like there's a caste system, so artists and creatives. Yeah, but it's also really amazing. Like all, in as much as, of course, I can't complain. Like I attended, I think the best art school, I would say in the world. Wow. Yeah, like, I think I can say that confidently. So
nice.
It's awesome being around, like, this cutting edge technology, being taught by the best. I think it's definitely kind of shown in the work I make nowadays. Yeah, man, you can see I don't even have an accent. Nilijaribu. I grew up in Eastland, so Eastland, oil and water. And one floats over the other. So there's that. Oh, the other thing that's really hard is I can only make, especially when it comes to creating, I can only create from experiences I've had and things that define me. So for me, my Kenyan identity is very strong. It's a very strong part of me. So you can imagine you're bringing, like, for example, you've been given work and you've done it about something you're passionate about, which is maybe like tribalism in Kenya, and you're taking that to a white person who has no idea what's going on. Yeah, so it's like trying to learn a new language. Yeah, it's very hard. I just want a job. Yeah, my plans. I like keeping my options open, but I'm hoping to make more art. I'm hoping to kind of get engaged in more like advanced form of design, possibly even do like a master's in design. As for, again, I keep my options open. I believe the universe will just take me to where I want to go. Yeah. I was raised in an ideal world. We kind of all go through that in the educational system. You're taught this is what it takes to make a utopia, but when you live in the world itself, you really don't see that. I think on a personal level, I believe in the potential that Kenya and each Kenyan has. We work so hard already to survive, and like kind of going abroad and studying that's given me that kind of perspective. And what I try to do with my art is kind of, I know it sounds very corny, but like try and evolve the thinking of Kenyans to kind of make, the Kenya that we want to see. I have like a more formal appreciation for like the tenets of like, visual design, form, color, just at the basic level, and learning how to communicate effectively. That's one thing that I've always wanted my whatever I make to do. It needs to really precisely convey the information that I want it to the people I want it to. Also, I like controversy a lot, so. Wow, okay, so I think I have this piece, I call it The Betrayal of Mboya, and it pictures Jomo Kenyatta kissing Tomboya, and that has made everyone go crazy. There are so many ways you could read into it. I have a gay friend, and he reads into it as a sort of like kind of defense for the LGBTQI community. Dope stuff. I'm like, yeah, if that's, if it makes people uncomfortable that way, and they feel like they have to, maybe realign their thought processes like that, well and good. It also, I remember my pastor told me that it was blasphemy. So, yeah, it's made people mad. My dad hated it. Still does. Especially because I think, it threatens my safety and that of my family as well. Again, yeah, my mom, I guess, there's always that feeling, especially like for people feeling afraid when you make something that is explicitly political, a very targeted message, so it's very amazing. Sometimes I wake up and I see celebrities commenting on it and I'm like, yeah, sometimes I make crazy sales from, selling merch and I'm like, yes. Other times I get death threats. I've gotten some death threats because of it. You know what, I'll still continue doing it. No one ever did anything that was like worth doing that didn't have an element of risk. I think for me, the funniest thing, especially like when I consider society and like art and design's role in it, is these things don't particularly need to, nothing even needs to change. The funniest thing is a lot of the art that I think I make focuses on like conditions of life, things that already exist in society. It's like people choose to not see, people choose to not acknowledge. And sometimes just acknowledging the reality is enough. You don't need to make people do something if they but don't particularly understand where they stand, So if you look at history, things that happened in the past, things that are happening now, and we kind of just, question how they're presented to us and how we understand them, then it provides us an opportunity to change. It's a better vehicle for change. Oh, it's good content for art. I think the problem is, like, I think on a personal level, even like, I feel like sometimes I'm not even creative enough to kind of, and I don't have enough time. I'm not making enough stuff to kind of go over it. But yes, there's a lot happening. I think there's a big opportunity for people like me, anyone really, to get engaged. I'm really like happy with the way you see Kenyans like wamekuwa wajasiri. They've really come up. You see Francis at Holy Road, they're really massacring that sign. Yes, and people are speaking up and out and questioning things. And it's amazing that now you see that this is the conditions that we're in. And I think one thing some people tell me, and I think as an artist, you sometimes fail to understand, is sometimes you will create work that is timeless. So like everything that we do, everything that I strive to do needs to be relevant now, tomorrow, the day after. And that's what I aim to do with whatever I make. I would make myself president of Kenya for like 20 years. I believe, like, honestly, if I had the opportunity to like show people what a better world or a better, Kenya would look like, maybe that's one way of kind of making this place better, right? So yeah, I want to be president for at least 5 years. I think that's a normal democratic term. I don't want to turn into a dictator. So yeah. Also, I have a life. Like, it's not always about political. Sometimes I make art for fun. Things I'll consider funny. Things I think are weird. Things I think people will find interesting. So it's not always violence in the streets. And yeah. Okay, let me speak a bit about that. So there was this time around like 3 months ago, I was like, I really wanted to push my craft forward. I was like, one of the things I felt rather when I made my initial piece that hit was like, oh my goodness, this is my Mona Lisa. It doesn't get better than this. I have peaked. And that's a very dangerous feeling. So I was like, I was very reluctant to make work after. And I started making art every single day for like an hour. I dedicated that time in the morning to making an art piece. And I have a house housemate when I studied in the US, who actually went to Alliance with me. But we were talking one day, and he was like, I was like, I need my art to appeal to society. I need people to like want to, look at it, not because I'm shoving it down their throats. And he was like, sure, I'll help you make something that, the masses will love. And the next day, I remember waking up at like 5 a.m. and he had sent me a text. And I think the day like Kabi had gone and done his Danko thing. And he told me, make a piece about Kabi or Jesus. And I laughed because initially I was like scared. I was like, now how do I even do this? Because it was such a complex like story. There was Kabi, there was the wife, there was, and in there was a baby who was innocent, right? And like, so the struggle was kind of creating this piece that did not, but like implicating, let's say, but didn't say too much, that involved the people we knew, but, kind of kept the private lives hidden. And I like keeping, a lot of my work is very religious. I grew up very religious, and like somehow that seeped into my work. And I don't know why, but I stumbled upon this like a Renaissance picture of like Mary, Joseph, and the baby Jesus. And like I thought it was like, yeah, this is the perfect opportunity to kind of put this together. I'm pretty good with Photoshop, if I do say so myself. Mm-hmm. So it took a lot longer than 1 hour. But like after 2 hours, I released it. I sent it to Edgar because his face was there, and I was like, he's good. This is, and there's always that rush you get whenever something obvious hits. I feel like on social media. So like my phone was popping the whole day. Like I was in class, but it was like ping, 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 and like people are like, hey, this looks like something you do. They didn't even think that I was the artist. Or just like, hey, this is very similar to your style. And it's kind of, it's this kind of instances help you like build confidence as an artist. Because a lot of the times I don't think my work is that good. I don't even introduce myself as an artist before, and kind of helped me mark that change into like, I can say something and people will listen. Yeah. Oh yeah, wow, okay, so I am still like growing, but like find me on at Jesse_Kimotho on all platforms. You can also just Google me. I'm pretty sure you'll find me there. Yeah, but go check out my art, mostly on Instagram. I sell prints, t-shirts, fridge magnets, stickers, everything in between. Yeah, it's the hustle. Yeah. Instagram follows. Creative Shade. Hi, I'm Jesse Kimotho, and this is Creative Shade. Like, share, and subscribe. Wagwan.